Hi, so I apologise in advance if I swear. I'm Scottish. I will use it as grammar if I can't think of what I'm going to say. This is actually the first talk that I've ever actually done in front of people that aren't my staff. They're used to hearing me waffle on for 15 minutes, so expect a little bit of that. There was free alcohol, so that explains why they showed up to support me. So, who am I? Jade Law. I'm the founder and CEO of Wardog Studios, world-leading art studio based here in Edinburgh. I've worked in the industry for 18 years, worked all over the world, and returned to the UK to found my own studio, which is why I thought the topic of this one, of local action and global ambition, was actually pretty applicable to what I'd achieved. For those not familiar with our work, we're a team of specialist hard surface artists working for AAA studios all across the globe. So for those of you who aren't familiar with specialist hard surface, we make guns. So, when you're playing a shooter, we make those. They're the main characters of the games we work on. So we do make some other things like weapons and props as well, like vehicles, other things like this. So we've worked on a few little titles you might have heard of, like Starfield, Hunt Showdown, PUBG, and we've got a few games coming out this year and next, like Killing Floor 3 and Call of Duty Black Ops 6, for which we made most of the assets for. So I suppose you'd call us outsource, but to me that word has some dirty connotations. Usually cheap, race to the bottom work. It's not something you'd typically see here in the UK, because predominantly outsource is something if you're looking to get bulk art rather than what we offer. So we're something that our clients often refer to as boutique outsource. It's an emergent business model that focuses on delivery of what studios can't do in-house because they can't offer the degree of specialization that we do. So in most fields, you only need 2 or 3 specialists across any discipline, like programming. You only need 1 guy or 2 guys that are so good at one thing across any team. You only need a couple of foliage artists. You don't need 20 of them. We have 20 plus people devoted to one thing and doing it best in the industry. And because of that, we have the best skills, the development of knowledge, constantly sharing, developing each other's skills and tools that studios come to us to tap into and benefit not just from the great art that we create, but also our knowledge of pipelines, workflows. So we're not just outsource, we're co-development. We like to integrate ourselves into our studios' entire workflow. We like to be considered part of their team, because that's important to us as creatives as well. We like to know that we're contributing to something that's important to us. So we ship 3 to 4 games a year. We make hundreds of guns. We're very good at it. So yeah, studios come to us because our teams are simply better than theirs. So we work with a global range of clients, some of the biggest publishers and developers in the world. They come to my little team in Edinburgh to help them develop industry-defining workflows and world-class art. We managed this within 1 year. I always find it funny to think that most of our clients are American, a culture where weapons are more accepted, and actually is a little studio in Scotland developing most of their guns. So we're super proud of this. We haven't worked with many local studios. We're always trying to small stuff, but the ambition here in Scotland specifically doesn't always tailor to what we need, so we had to target global. I've always been interested in Okay, it descends into hell from here, because I prepared this an hour before I came. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but it's going to be some memes. So, yeah, we have our own little arsenal. We care about what we do. For us, that first-party reference is everything. We really care about this. You come to our office, we are more than this now. So for us, it's really important to understand that we care deeply about everything. We've never had to advertise to clients. Through a strong brand and quality work, we positioned ourselves within the market and continue to deliver. Some of our clients don't even review our work anymore. We don't call ourselves outsourced. We think it undersells what we deliver on. Our knowledge is what we sell, and we're a world-class team, and our clients respect that. So, again, I just threw this together. So, from an artist, you'd think that this presentation was going to be really organized and tidy. Nah, it should have been 1 slide. So this is our brand. This is how we achieve this. So it all comes back to me and my background. I'm a concept artist, or at least I was. I don't think the industry works. For artists, like Richard said, we're in a creative industry, and it's really about the people. And I do think that, like, from my experience in AAA, you don't really foster creatives into management spheres often enough to have people who think outside of the box, that exist outside these typical management structures. There's no room for us to move into executive roles. But we're the people that care the most about the work. We're the ones that you can leverage to elevate your business. It's what makes it valuable. It is all about the people. So my background is everything that I rejected about the industry. Wardog was my response to everything that I disliked, to prove that if you treat people the right way, and you prove to be versatile, you can strive to do great things, and you can achieve those things. So for us, there was 3 major pillars of the business: quality, disruption, and culture. So we came out the gate with a strong sense of identity for the business. Everything from the name to the logo evoked a sense of what we're selling. We're a young studio, a lot of attitude. We wanted to look professional, but aggressive. To stand on a global stage and be recognized. Within a couple of months, everybody knew who we were. And we hadn't worked on anything. So, as you can see, proper art. So, these 3 things, they still stand as like the value pillar. Our company is 40 years old now, and these are 3 things that I still stand by. Delivering on quality. Not just quality of art, but it's quality of service. If you want to exist in this like service space, especially as like outsource sphere, there's a lot of competition. When I entered into this market, this wasn't a specialization, I saw a gap. My background isn't even guns, it's creature art, completely separate. I saw a gap, and there was opportunity there. Art often aligns with changes in technology. So what happens is when there's a shift in technology that allows us to improve our art pipelines, that's when you see specializations emerge. We saw it happen with character art in like 2012 through 15. We started to see it with weapons in 2018. I launched in 2020. I managed to like push myself into that tiny little sphere. So, moving on, away from track. So this was the quality. Even with our website, we got cocky. We have always sold our quality and backed what we believe in. We made smart choices about how to appeal to other markets. Our site had good SEO, it translated well. Our first few clients were actually like Korean and Chinese. We worked with NetEase and Tencent. We got noticed by them early on because you're selling an idea, you're selling your quality. I mean, this all translated really well because it's simple terminology. But when you're selling art, put your best foot forward. So for us, our entire brand was about coming out the gate and telling everybody, we're the best. Sure, we didn't believe it at the beginning because we didn't know, but I believe in fake it till you make it to a degree. Like, I know what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, I was still building a team, and my team were very uncertain about what we were trying to achieve. Wardog was a very different company back then, but it was always with the goal of pushing quality, achieving quality, because that's what we sell. We would never undersell ourselves when coming to clients. Whenever they would come to us and haggle with money, we would just tell them to go away. As soon as they start trying to pinch pennies with us, it's like we knew that they were never going to treat us with the respect that we were asking for. We knew our value, and we kept consistent with that. Disruption. So I don't believe you can achieve greatness through copying others, but forging your own path. You can learn from others' mistakes, and I've certainly made enough myself. But where there's stagnation, there's opportunity. You stand out by being different. I think the UK has a bit of a tall poppy syndrome issue where we cut down those who aim for higher. I worked in America, and that gave me a completely different perspective on this. Like, I can stand up here and tell you all day about how my team is the best at what we do, and I believe it. And I will sell that to anyone I talk to. And I think that that's an attitude that we could do with adopting here in the UK. Like, telling people, we are really good at something. You need to get in there and start telling everybody, like, what makes you unique? What makes you special? Be a disruptor. Don't copy other businesses just because somebody down the road is like, oh, well, this is what you do to enter into this space. No, fuck that. You do your own thing. Think about, like, what is important to your brand, your idea, what are you selling? This is my team, well, some of them. They show up randomly one day to the office dressed like this. I don't know what they were thinking. This is Charlie. This was him eating a Swiss roll this morning for his lunch. Just another day at the office. So the other thing is culture. Culture is so important, especially in creative industries, because again, staff and retention, that's more important than anything. The ability to be disruptive and provide quality all comes back round to your culture. Wardog's unlike any other studio I've worked for. Like, it fosters creativity. This is our dog, Ukie 9mm. She doesn't belong to me. She belongs to the company. She's everyone's dog, and she's the perfect example of our culture. She's a mess, but somehow she works. We like to have fun. We like to be expressive. We work hard. We play hard. We're all in-house. We don't use freelancers. We believe that Wardog is a career, not a job, and that's how we retain our staff. That's what sets us apart from every other outsourced studio in our sphere. Freelancers, they come and go, but quality comes from consistency, and you don't get that when you're working for contractors. You need people, you need staff to be invested in your business. Our whole culture evolved from deciding that we need to teach our staff about commercial awareness. Even if they have no background in business development, it doesn't matter. As an artist, you have to learn at some point that you are selling yourself. Anyone who's done freelance knows that you have to become a salesman, whether you like it or not. You need to learn it. We make sure that all of our staff understand this as soon as they walk in the door. If they're a junior, they need to learn about the business. They need to understand it. Because that culture fosters support for the business as a whole. It's not about delivering great assets, it's about pushing Wardog to be the best thing it can possibly be. So, I don't have any more slides, so I'm just going to leave it on this one. So, why are we successful? I always knew what I wanted Wardog to be. I think a lot of studios make the mistake of setting up a company without a clear vision for the business. They focus solely on the product, like a game or a service, like outsource. It doesn't work that way. You can't just show up and go, I've got an idea for a game. It's like, so what? So loads of people got an idea for a game. That's the easy part. The business is the hard part. Setting up your studio, hiring the right people, figuring out what are you selling, what is your vision, what is your voice. Keeping that consistent, that's the hardest part. I surrounded myself with advisors, some good, some bad, from outside of games to give me access to insights that you don't see as a developer. Even if you worked in AAA your whole life like I did, 15 years, and I had no exposure to business development. I was an art director and I knew nothing about anything. Like, I didn't have any visibility on the inner workings of the business, like offices magically clean themselves and infrastructure is just kind of always there, right? Now I'm like, oh, 40 grand to set up a network and perforce. This is all new to me. I had to learn what business rates are. But I didn't let the projects, the art, like my personal passions distract me from the gaps in my knowledge. I've always focused on developing the business strategy. And I see too many people that enter into this space and they start to tailor their business to the needs of their clients. You can't do that. When you start doing that, you start losing your purpose. I work with some of the biggest clients in the world, and they come to me and they commit to me. Like, I've got commitments through 2017. I don't have to worry about anything. But when like a white whale approaches us and we're like, that's the game we really want to work on, like, do we abandon clients that we're already working for, that we know are consistent, just to chase that thing that as an artist we really want to do? It's tempting, but we never have, and we've turned away some great projects. We could be working on the new Doom, but we didn't have the people